Okay.
Okay. And now I'm going to share my screen. And here we are. Okay. Share. Okay. So I just moved this off to the side so that I'm not part of this video. There we go. Okay. So welcome to the video that is pretty much a duplicate without questions of the completing a Google form that we did earlier tonight. So you will notice that I am looking at an email. Whoops, wrong email. I'm looking at an email that has a link in it. And there are several ways that a Google form comes to you. And this is one of the ways. It's a link to that Google form that was sent to me by the creator. Another way would be to have a link on a web page. And a third way might be a link in a chat. So even through a text message, you could get a link, and when you click on it, the form opens. So when you get that link, whether it be in an email or a chat session or a text or on a website, you click it and the form will open. Now I have a unique situation because I created the form, so it won't open for me to fill it out. It will open for me to make changes in the form, and I don't want to do that. I want to be somebody else that's trying to fill out the form. So I'm going to open my Google Chrome incognito window. And now I'm going to copy this link. Normally you would just click on it because you're going to open the form. But because I created this form, I have to do this little workaround. So now I have the form up. So two things. I put in the title, completing a Google form. The next three lines were put in by Google. It says, after completing the form below, be sure to hit submit to select the button at the bottom. And that's where it is. So I'm going to scroll down so you can see it. There's the submit button where you will submit when you're done. Now, keep in mind that you can sign in with Google if you want to save your form because you're going to interrupt it and come back to it later. Google will save it. I clicked on learn more. Google Forms will save your progress for 30 days and you can come back to it. Say the dog started barking and you can't concentrate, or your kids came home from school, or the phone rang or something. And you just got partway through the form and you're afraid you're going to lose it. If you've signed in with your Google address, your Google email, it will save it for you and you can go back to your Google Drive and find it and finish it. Now, once you submit it, it won't be there and it will only save it for 30 days. So if you wait longer than 30 days, it will be gone as well. So that's what happens if you sign in. I'm going to continue without signing in because I want you to understand that you do not need to have a Google account. You can, but you do not have to. One final thing that Google reminds you, if there's a red asterisk, the question is required. So here you're required to enter your first name. There is no check here. So nobody knows if you entered it correctly. The same is true here for my email. I don't believe that it will check my email to make sure it's a valid one. You'll notice that my computer came up with my email because it knows that that's the email I use most often. I have about 5 Gmail accounts, but that's the one I use most often. Notice these two questions had asterisks, which means they are required to be answered. If I don't answer them, notice, if I don't answer it and I try to go to the next question, it reminds me that that question has to be answered. And in any case, you click, you do not need to erase the words your answer. You simply click at the beginning of your and start typing. And when you start typing, it will erase the words your answer and it will let you type in the space. This question, number 3, has no asterisk, which means you could leave it blank, but we're asking you to share your chapter name. And if you are not from the Illinois State Organization, then please would you enter your state that you are. I put mine in. I don't live in Illinois anymore, but that's where I think of my self as being. Okay, question 4. You'll notice that there are a bunch of boxes, and this is a special box. It's called a checkbox because when I click it, notice my mouse is over the box. And when I mouse click, it puts a check in the boxes that I want to check. Now, to be honest with you, I started my career teaching in 8th grade. I did not teach in 4th, 5th, or 6th, and I did not teach in pre-K through 3. So I'm going to uncheck those. So you click once to check, and you click again to uncheck. I did teach high school. I have taught at the junior college level. I did teach in other places. I could check there, or I could go down here if I wanted to be more specific. And when I check other, it said I can say that I was a teacher in Sunday school. And I am also a smart board trainer in my retirement. So that's how I fill that in. The blank for other only shows up if you check the other box. So those are called check boxes, and you can check as many of them as you want. Because this is a required question, you do have to check at least one of the boxes, but you don't have to check more than one. You only have to check one. Now, if that asterisk isn't there, then you don't have to check any, but the asterisk means you have to check at least one. The next question is called radio button questions. And these are circles, but they're called radio buttons. Don't ask me why. I suppose because they look like buttons on a radio. But when you check one and then check the second one, you'll notice that the first one goes away. That's because this question only allows you to have one answer. If I had 5 choices, you could still only have one answer. And this question has no asterisks. So that means when you clear the selection, you could go ahead and answer the next question. It's not going to force you to pick an answer, but I'll go ahead and pick retired educator because that's what I am. The last type of question has a little triangle here. I'm circling it with my mouse, and that is an arrow, actually. It's the bottom part of an arrow pointing to down. And so now we have what's called a drop-down list. And you recall that the question said, pick your favorite content area. Since I didn't choose anything, it's reminding me that this is a required question. And I did that when I made the form because I wanted you to have to click this little triangle. Click the triangle, choose your answer, you move on. Notice, please, if I check other instead of mathematics, it doesn't give me the line to fill out like it did up above. So you're just picking from a categorical list and pick the one that fits your answer to the content. If you want to start over, you clear the form and you start all over. That probably isn't what you want to do, but they do give you that option. And then finally, you hit submit. If you hit submit, it tells you the name of the form you finished. It also tells you that your response has been recorded, and you can submit another response. Now, I'm in incognito mode. Google doesn't know who I am. So that means that I could click this and somebody else could fill it in. So if you want to take a computer to your chapter, you could open it in incognito mode and you could have 10 different people fill out this form. Just keep hitting submit another, fill it out, hit submit, then submit another. And you could all fill out that form that we have been asking you to fill out in Illinois that gives permission for your picture and your name to be used if needed on the website or in documents that are on the website or in the newscaster. So please keep that in mind about the way that you could help by getting those forms in. So that's the form. Now, what I want you to know is that I will collect the data from you as you have submitted this form, and then I will send you an email with the handout, and also I will send you a copy of this video. So we're going to go back to my I need to go back here to this, and I need to show you what the address is, and I will need to click here, and this is the form address. So let's see if I can make this large enough for you to see it in my video so that you can practice. So this is the form. Unfortunately, you can't link it because I'm looking to where it went. Oop. Oh, it's right here. Oh, it's right here. There we go. So this is the link, and you can't link it. All you can do is pause your video and write this link down. Now, we are going to put this in the video. So if you would want to just watch the video and then copy it from there, you can. All right. So thank you very much. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to stop this recording.